Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of AHSAA Weekly. I'm your host, Susan Carruthers. It's Valentine's Week and love is in the air, but here at AHSAA TV Weekly, it's the love of sports, and there's a lot to love. We're excited to have Huntsville High School boys basketball coach Christian Sweers and team leader Caleb Harris joining us this week to talk about the upcoming regional basketball tournaments that get underway tonight through next week. We'll also talk to Gulf Shores High School wrestling coach Britt Shaw and Dolphins wrestler Dathan Butt. They're the South Super Sectional Wrestling champs, and they're preparing for the AHSAA State Wrestling Tournaments in Huntsville at the Von Braun Center beginning Thursday. Also joining us today is Devin Booth, AHSAA Assistant Director in charge of basketball. She'll discuss what we can expect as our member schools open region play this week, with all the winners advancing to the state basketball finals at the BJCC later this month. And as always, David Holtzford brings us awesome highlights from last week's high school wrestling and basketball action. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Retirement planning, investment planning, education planning, ad valorem, blah, 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 blah. Financial planners love to show their version of a perfect retirement, but what about your perfect retirement? At AmFirst Financial, we'll get to know you first, so we can make a plan for the person you'll be years from now, and future you will be glad we planned ahead. So call AmFirst Financial today. You'll thank you later.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
The perfect checking account doesn't exist. Not at a bank, that is. So why do you keep looking there? At AmFirst, you can get no minimum balance or monthly fees, an instant issue debit card, and free checks with unlimited check writing. But who doesn't want more? Like a rewards program you'll actually use, and convenient digital tools that make it easy to manage your account from anywhere. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
Welcome back, everyone, to AHSAA TV Weekly. We are so happy to welcome to the program today AHSAA Assistant Director Devin Booth. Welcome, Devin.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, Devin, this is an exciting time. I know in your world you are very involved in the basketball tournaments, and you know, it was just a few years ago that you were trying to figure out how to get your team into the regional tournaments and then the state tournaments. So now that it's your job to manage all of these tournaments, tell me how you've adjusted from one world into another.
Well, it is, a different side of things, and I've really enjoyed seeing this side of things, and it's the best time of the year. Whether or not you're coaching or on this side, it's just a fun time in the state of Alabama. We go from 400 teams to 56 in a very quick turnaround. So the pace of things on this side is been a little bit faster than just focusing on my one team, but I'm adjusting well and really enjoying it.
Well, Devin, tell us a little bit about the details of your background. I understand that you've played and coached at the high school and college levels. So tell us about your journey.
Right. Well, I grew up in South Alabama, played at Alt High School, and then played college basketball and junior college and played at Huntington here in Montgomery. And then I've coached in the private school sector. And then I was in a school in South Alabama at Sampson High School. And then I spent the last 12 years at Opelika High School. So, I've been really at all parts of South Alabama, been able to meet some good people and enjoy my career.
Well, we all know that the AHSAA basketball tournaments are some of the most exciting, and I believe they're the oldest AHSAA tournament system. So tell us a little bit about what we can expect this year with the regional tournaments coming up, and then again the state tournaments later this month.
Well, tomorrow we start with two regionals. 7A play will begin tomorrow at two regionals at Jacksonville State and at Bill Harris, which is a new venue for us as far as the regional sites go. And then on Thursday, 7A will get started at Garrett Coliseum here in Montgomery and at Wallace Hansville. And we'll have all those 4 regionals will go for a week, and there'll be lots of games and competitions, and then we'll move forward to the state tournament that following week.
And I'm sure with an undertaking like that in multiple locations around the state, it's really a team effort there for the staff at AHSAA. Tell us a little bit about how you guys divide and conquer and cover these tournaments.
Right. Well, it is a team effort. Everything in our office is a full team effort. JT Lawrence, he's new to the office as well. He and I have been working with basketball, so he's really been helping me with getting everything going. But everybody in this office, from administrative assistants to Coach Briggs, has a hand in putting this all together. It is a big task, but it's exciting for the kids to be able to be a part of this, and our the hard work we put in and the coaches put in and volunteers and officials kind of all have it play a part in that coming up championship.
Well, I know, with this much excitement, everyone out there is going to want to participate and be able to watch these games. So how can fans out there get tickets and attend the games? And then also, if they can't be there in person, how can they view these games online?
Well, this is the first year that all of our games will be aired on NFHS Network. So every game, beginning with the regionals, will be aired. So definitely, hop on the computer and watch some games. And then also, if in person, if you want to purchase a ticket, you'll go through GoFan for our regional sites. Once we move to our state tournament, you can purchase a ticket through Ticketmaster.
Well, and Devin, I have to ask you, because of your basketball background and watching these teams come along this year, do you have any predictions to go along with these tournaments?
No, I'm not going to make any predictions, but I will promise there'll be some great basketball to be had over the next few weeks.
That's a great prediction. Great basketball coming up. Well, Devin, thank you so much. I know you're so busy, but we appreciate you taking the time out to join us today and to tell us a little bit about the upcoming tournaments. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And we'll be right back after this on AHSAA TV Weekly.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
The perfect checking account doesn't exist. Not at a bank, that is. So why do you keep looking there? At AmFirst, you can get no minimum balance or monthly fees, an instant issue debit card, and free checks with unlimited check writing. But who doesn't want more? Like a rewards program you'll actually use, and convenient digital tools that make it easy to manage your account from anywhere. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to AHSAA TV Weekly. We are so excited to have on our show today Huntsville High School boys basketball coach Christian Schweers and outstanding player Caleb Harrison. Welcome today, guys.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
Well, I know that y'all are coming to us from a hotel room where you're traveling for a game that you've got tomorrow, so we don't want to take away too much time from your team's preparation, but let's dive into a few questions. First of all, congratulations to you guys on winning last week's Class 7A Area 7 Tournament Championship. Coach, let me just ask you, I think I probably know the answer to this, but is your team playing at the level that you had hoped this time of year they'd be playing?
That's a really good first question. We are. We're playing about the way I had hoped for and expected heading into the season. But we're just getting started. We want to keep playing over the next few weeks and get into March 4th.
Well, Coach, we probably, can't go any farther in this interview without acknowledging that you are the son of legendary Coach Jack Schweers. He loved the game. So many in the profession loved him. Tell us what impact he had on your life, obviously as a dad and a coach, and then how that influenced your decision to go into coaching.
Well, I'm honored that we're talking about him right now, and I was thinking about him on the bus on the way here, and just the impact he's had on me, how much I miss him, and how happy I know he'd be to watch our team play, and they kind of emulate the things that he was about. He impacted me in every way, shape, and form, on and off the basketball floor. I'm the man I am today because of who he was, and certainly the basketball coach. That's where my pedigree came from, and really missed him during these times. But I reflect back on a lot of things that his experiences as a coach, when I think about what he might have done in certain situations. And so, in a way, I feel like he's still with me.
Well, and I'm sure that he would be so thrilled to see you coach this team and guys like Caleb. So introduce us to Caleb there sitting beside you. I understand that not only is Caleb talented on the basketball court, he's also very smart as well.
He is. This guy is one of our funniest players on our team. He's got a great personality. He is a heck of a player, but he's a really good kid. Really good student athlete as well. Has a over 3.6 GPA, and he'll be a high academic prospect for schools. And he's had a really good year. He's put a lot of work in. He's put on about 20 pounds since the end of last season, and so he's been committed to the weight room. And he holds several Division I offers right now as a junior, and he's enjoying just being a high school kid. Though we stopped at a Buc-ee's gas station on the way here, and he spearheaded about 4 or 5 of our players buying some Buc-ee's outfits, onesies, and so they surprised me with those outside of the gas station. So he's that type of guy. He keeps us loose, and we'll look forward to his lead tomorrow on the court.
That's awesome. You'll have to send us a picture of that so we can show the viewers. But Caleb, your coach mentioned some of your academic stats. I've got here that from the tournament just last week, you scored 20 points, grabbing 13 rebounds, blocking 2 shots in the area finals. So Caleb, obviously you're talented on the court. You're smart academically. It sounds like you're a lot of fun. What do you see personally as your role on this team?
Yes, ma'am. I think just as being a junior and a 3-year varsity player, I think one of my main roles is just to help all the younger and underclassmen just get in spots to succeed and make shots and hopefully make big plays so we can win.
Well, and Caleb, your coach mentioned that even as a junior, you've got several college offers. What are you thinking about your future?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a junior right now, and I have offers from Jacksonville State and Lipscomb, so I'm really blessed to have both of those. And I've been getting interest from some other schools, and I just want to see what the next spring AAU season holds, and this summer see what my family thinks and make a decision when that time comes.
Well, Coach, back to you and back to this current season. I understand that it's been 13 years since a school from Madison County has won the boys' large school state championship. So what do you think that your team needs to do to go all the way this year?
Well, I think we have to continue to improve and get better in every practice and every game. And this time of year, a lot of teams relax and they lose their habits and their edge. And we want to stay sharp and continue to get better throughout this process over the next few weeks. Our biggest game of the season is tomorrow against Oak Mountain. If we win, we move on to the Elite Eight for the 4th time in 5 years. If we lose, our season's done. And we have a lot of players that are returning from last year that they probably were a little too young at the time to maybe overcome in that moment. And so they remember that taste. And so they've been motivated really since last April to get right back where we are now and then push through that door.
Coach Schweers and Caleb, we thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, especially, since you're on the road. And we wish you all the best this week in the tournament, and we hope to see you at the BJCC later this month.
Thank you so much for having us on today.
Thank you. And we'll be right back after this on AHSAA TV Weekly.
Retirement planning, investment planning, education planning, ad valorem, blah, 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 blah. Financial planners love to show their version of a perfect retirement, but what about your perfect retirement? At AmFirst Financial, we'll get to know you first, so we can make a plan for the person you'll be years from now, and future you will be glad we planned ahead. So call AmFirst Financial today. You'll thank you later.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
The perfect checking account doesn't exist. Not at a bank, that is. So why do you keep looking there? At AmFirst, you can get no minimum balance or monthly fees, an instant issue debit card, and free checks with unlimited check writing. But who doesn't want more? Like a rewards program you'll actually use, and convenient digital tools that make it easy to manage your account from anywhere. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
Welcome back, everyone, to AHSAA TV Weekly. We are proud to welcome to our show today Coach Britt Shaw from Gulf Shores High School and wrestler Dathan Butt. Welcome to the program, guys.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having us.
Thanks. Well, first of all, Coach, congratulations on your success this season, and especially your latest success at the Class 5A South Super Sectional Wrestling Championships. What does that kind of success mean to your program?
Above all else, I feel like it shows that, we've kind of arrived. We've been in a building process since we've started. Wrestling's so new down here in the South, and we've just been building. And above all else, I hope it shows the rest of the state that, we're here to wrestle down South, and not just Gulf Shores, but all the teams down here, I hope can take a little pride in our accomplishments and can prove to the rest of the state, north of Montgomery that, we wrestle down here, and, we're getting pretty good at it.
That's great. And besides that recent tournament, you guys also won the Class 5A duals tournament. How do you think winning that prepared your team maybe, to win other championships going forward?
Well, we finished third. We finished third in the duals, and we got beat in the semifinals to a tough Tallahassee team. But it just shows us that we can compete with what the state has, and that we can and even the match we lost was a close one, and the team that beat us, Tallahassee, ended up having a close one with Jasper. So it just shows that there's 5A is the smallest class, but it just shows that the wrestling here is just as good as the other classifications.
Well, Coach, if you don't mind, introduce us to the young man sitting there next to you.
Yes, ma'am. This is our 126-pound sectional champion, senior Dathan Butt.
Well, Dathan, tell us a little bit about what wrestling means to you in your life and just how you got into the sport.
So I always thought I was too small for other sports, so I stopped playing them, and then I got into wrestling and figured out that it's not just about the size, that you really have to put the work in, and it's changed my life completely for what it's done for me and through what I've been able to accomplish.
Tell us a little bit about your training program. What do you go through every day to stay in shape for wrestling?
So we, right after school, we come in at 3, weigh in, get ready, get everyone, we all start warming up. And then after that, we go straight into some nice hard drilling. We know if you drill hard enough, that's conditioning in itself. Then every once in a while we're working moves and try this and try that, and then we'll go into some nice hard conditioning, and then maybe every once in a while just go for a run after practice, stuff like that, work out at home.
Well, Dathan, wrestling's one of those sports where you're on a team, but it's also very individualized. So what do you think that your team needs you to do in order to go forward and have success this weekend in the championship?
I think they need me, step up as a leader. I don't feel like that's a problem we've had, but it can never hurt to have more leaders on your team. Make sure, cut weight the right way, stay healthy, all the things you need to be able to participate in this sport and go a long way.
Coach Shaw, your wrestling program there at Gulf Shores is relatively new. You told me off camera that it's 9 years old, which is a young program. How do you think that you have been able to build a championship program in that short length of time?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, all the credit goes to the kids. They're the ones that are coming in and doing all the hard work. I came from a very successful program, AHSAA, which, I mean, again, and the success there was those kids. But, I think they bought into that. They listened, they bought into the team mentality, to the get what you put in, you work hard, you're going to be successful. And that's just kind of what we try to go by. Everything we do is for the team. You wrestle for your brothers, and they prove that. They win, and they celebrate each other's victories, and that's just tip number one if you want to have a successful team.
And Coach, from your perspective, what do you think your team needs to win the championship this weekend?
We're going to have to win some matches. It's like I told him yesterday. Like, some of you are going to have to beat some people that you're probably not supposed to. Some of you are going to have to do exactly what you're supposed to do, and every one of you needs to contribute. That's the thing about wrestling. We got all 14 of our wrestlers. We're the only team in the entire state, any classification, to get their entire team in. So that's a huge advantage for us, and we got to take advantage of that. So, every wrestler has got to score points for us. And if you don't win matches, you don't score points.
Well, Coach Shaw and Dathan, thank you so much for taking the time today. We congratulate you on so much success in such a short period of time, and we wish you all the best going forward the state championship this weekend. Thanks for being with us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
It's that time again. It's time for Holtzford's Highlights. Thank you to our member schools and the NFHS Network School Broadcast Program for supplying us with these highlights each week. Please keep them coming our way so that you can see your teams here on our show. This one submitted by one of our viewers. We see Bell Green freshman center Carson Hoveder displaying tremendous effort, scoring a basket on a post move turnaround jumper. She then sprints down the floor to stop a fast break, getting the steal. She takes the ball up herself, making the perfect dish to her teammate, who finishes the bucket. And that's not all. Carson then stops another fast break, blocking the shot out of bounds. What tremendous hustle by this freshman with such a bright future. Hoveder would finish with 7 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Bell Green would go on to win the area tournament game 71-48. Defending 7A Girls State Champion Hoover is up next in its Class 7A Area 5 championship game versus rival Vestavia Hills. The Lady Bucks' Anaya Pooler led the Bucks with 21 points, including 5 three-pointers. University of North Carolina signee Renaya Kelly added 17 points en route to a 55-27 victory, showing that Coach Crystal Johnson's Hoover Bucks have every intention of repeating in 2023. Defending Class 6A state champion Coleman and area rival Hartselle locked up in a 4-overtime thriller in the Class 6A Area 14 championship game last week. Hartselle's Kia Key hits a buzzer beater in the 3rd overtime to force a 4th OT period where the Bearcats pulled it out in the end. Tucker Cagle leading all scorers with 27 points as Coleman won 72-70. Both teams were able to advance to the sub-regional round played earlier this week. Defending 7A state champion Enterprise and arch rival Dothan have played in some great games over the years. None was more thrilling than the 7A Area 3 tournament finals played in Dothan last weekend. Wolves held on for a 45-44 win as 6'7" senior Thomas Dowd nailed a game-winning shot at the buzzer. The Troy signee has been making headlines all year and has another opportunity this week as both Dothan and Enterprise advance to play in the South Regional Tournament this week in Montgomery at Garrett Coliseum. Another thrilling finish in the Wiregrass came in the Class 4A Area 3 Boys Finals between Andalusia and Geneva. Tied up 83-83, Geneva's Bryson Barton drives the lane and passes off to Ethan Griffin, who scores with under 10 seconds left to take the lead, and the Panthers held on to defeat Andalusia 85-83. Barton finished with 25 points and Griffin had 22 as both teams advanced to the 4A sub-regional round on Tuesday of this week. AHSAA North and South sectional wrestling tournaments were held last Friday and Saturday in Montgomery and Birmingham. Here's a collection of some of the highlights. Sit back and enjoy. Among them is two-time defending 275-pound state champion Ranburn's Carson Hall. He improved to 46-0 on the season with a tough 6-0 win over Prattville Christian's Aiden Cockrell, the South's 1A-4A final. In the Class 6A North sectional finals, Gardendale High School's famous Poe family claimed 4 individual championships as brothers Crew, DeMarcus, Isaiah, and Deshaun Powell all won their final matches at 106, 120, 145, and 152 pounds respectively to advance to this week's AHSAA State Champion Wrestling Tournaments at Huntsville's Von Braun Center. We next look in on Weaver's Joshua Johansson, who won the 170-pound weight class in the North Class 1A-4A section meet to improve to 38-0 on the year. He won at 160 pounds last year, also finishing undefeated. He has not been beaten since 2021. And we close the wrestling highlights with Terrence Bowie of Mortimer, Jordan, pinning Malik Steele of Shades Valley in the 195-pound North 6A Super Regional Championship match. It's going to be a great weekend in Huntsville, and you can catch all the action on the NFHS Network subscriber-based platform February 16th through 18th. Or you can head up to the Von Braun Center in Huntsville and watch some great wrestling action with all of us at AHSAA. And that'll do it for this week's edition of AHSAA TV Weekly. Thanks as always for tuning in and supporting high school athletics. We'll see you right back here next week. Thanks for watching.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Yeah, Manor brand air conditioners are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA.